My name's Daniel and you're watching the Rogue Clone Trooper channel. Right, for a very long time there has been a blaster which I have always wanted to have and I thought was the best blaster in the Star Wars universe as regards to me when I was a kid, and that was the SE-14C blaster, you know, the one with the two scopes. I don't know if you know it. And there, just before Christmas or just after Christmas, my friend James offered me one, a kit that he had spare, and I jumped at the chance and decided to make one, and that's what this video is all about. So this is it. I did buy an extra scope to go with it. This didn't come with it now. It's an extra one that I bought. This is the one that James sent with it. It's the exact same scope. You see them there, bought the exact same. These are all the parts. He gave me all the extra parts that he had for the second one as well, which is greatly appreciated because I don't really need those to help with my greeblies. And here it is. I'll talk about this in a few minutes. But here's all the parts. And the trigger, I suppose. Magazine piece. Yeah, that goes on top. It goes there. These beautifully done. The wood finish look on them, which is great. It's gonna really pop out now when I do these. These. That's the front muzzle part. The other piece. Right, there we go. So basically, this is all the parts. And when I got it, I realized that the trigger moved. You could put a spring in to make the trigger work. And then I realized that there's not only a part for a spring, but also a firing mechanism as regards to a button. This got me thinking. So I have some electronics from a toy that my son had, and I want to put it into this gun. So to do that, I'm going to have to Dremel the shit out of it to get it to work. But I think it's going to be worth it in the end. It already has a tube drilled out in the center of it, so that's going to help me a lot. But I'm going to have to Dremel out a lot of pieces. The hardest part I have is putting in a speaker. So I'm going to talk to you through the idea that I have on this build, okay, before I do anything. We'll see how this video goes. I'm still not sure how this is all going to work out as a video even, so this is the basics of the gun. Okay, so my idea is I have a circuit board which does the lights and sound. That's going to be put in here. I'm going to Dremel out this slot here. The circuit board should fit in. There's an on-off button on the board which will fit perfectly in here. And then I'm going to Dremel out, let's go this way, this part. So I know where the flat part is, what matches up with this one, and I'll be able to put the top part of the board in there. Now there's another small board which I want to put in behind here because it's got two little LED lights which I want to have here, and that will go, that will fit like so. The LED lights will be in between. Then we'll have a blue light to go at the bottom here, although I should have a red light. I'll put a red light on it. There's a red light to go in here, and on this part down here, which is going to be another part, another little bit of board. I'm thinking of putting, if I have enough room to put them in, which is on the actual circuit thing. That's for it. It has like a reloading button, which I'm going to have here. Of course, the trigger mechanism is going to go in here, and I'm thinking of Dremeling out this part here to put in the batteries. Okay, that way then I can just have to screw on and screw off the top cover then to replace the batteries. Then the hardest part is the speaker, because there's nowhere for the speaker to go. So I'm thinking of doing something with this for the speaker. It's a solid piece, so I'm going to have to basically Dremel it out. My idea is to Dremel off this part around, Dremel out the whole inside section. The speaker will go here. The piece that I've cut off, then I will drill holes in it to let the sound out, and then glue that onto the speaker and have the speaker sandwiched in between the two pieces, as the circumference of this and the speaker are the same. And that will be attached then at the end, so the sound will come out the back. That's the idea. Will it all work? I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to video most of this because I really don't know how this is going to work. But let's see how it turns out anyway. Right, okay. I'm bringing you back in to show you a problem that I'm having and why I've decided not to go ahead and put electronics into this. As I said, I was really hoping to pimp this out, put electronics into it. I had a nice electronics kit, and I said I was going to show you what I'm doing. Right, so I spent my time dremeling out all here, making the switch. This was going to be the on-off switch, and I had done that, and I had carved out the front of there, and I had carved out the front of here to accept the light in and everything else. Then I noticed certain things happening. Basically down here, I don't know if you can still see, the lines in the print go this way, and they were starting to delaminate, which means I was starting to see light appearing between these parts. And so I was starting to realize that this kit is falling apart. It's a beautiful kit, don't get me wrong, and I'd got it from my friend James, and where he got it from was somebody on Etsy, and really it looks like a great kit, and if you're just going to stick it together and build it, it's great. But for what I wanted to do, it was not designed to do, and so I was going to have problems. Already, even when I was sanding these bits have actually cracked off on both sides, even me just sanding it, so I've had to super glue them back on. And so I could see myself having major problems with this. So, cut a long story short, I've decided not to put electronics into it. I don't want to waste my electronics by jamming them into this system, into this gun, destroying them, destroying the gun, and losing everything. So even the trigger system on this, I'm not even going to put it in. I'm just going to put the trigger in, but I'm going to glue it into position. But there you have it. Just to let you know, and let's get back to the video. And here she is. This is my finished blaster, and I really like this. This has turned out really well, and I really like the finish of it. And I'll bring you in now and show you some close-ups. And that's it. So as regards to the kit itself, it is a 3D printed kit. Where from, I'm afraid I don't know. All I know is it was got on Etsy. It was originally supposed to be the one scope version, and I then handmade the extra brackets out of styrene. Basically it's about 6 or 7 layers of styrene glued together and sanded and painted. They are basically, there's also a support screw going through each one, screwing it into the actual base of the gun. So these things are not going anywhere. It's super sturdy. The weight on this is pretty hefty actually. It's got a lovely feel to it, like a real blaster type weight. Not too heavy, not too light, just enough to let you know you've got something in your hands. Originally my friend had given me one scope. I was able to find the same scope again on AliExpress for at least, I think it was about $8, something like that, and got that shipped over, and it's exactly identical. So I have the exact same ones. I did make a Pacific end cap, as you see in there. I used the same technique of making the copper coil for the center. I just thought it looked pretty cool, and that's really it. All the screws are real, and she's just exactly what I wanted. Did give her a bit of light weathering. I did actually put some dirt weathering on it as well, but when I put the top coat on, a lot of that disappeared into the actual top coat that I'm using. The one I'm actually using for a top coat is just cheap store-bought clear lacquer spray to keep it all protected. Not the best stuff in the world. It does give it a bit of a sheen, but I don't mind. It looks great. It's exactly what I wanted. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Please check out my other videos. I know this video is a little bit different to the ones I normally make. The main reason for that is because it wasn't something I was planning on doing. I was hoping to trick it out, as I said at the very beginning, with lights and sound and everything else, but as I was building it, as you've seen, I realized very quickly that the 3D print itself was not up to the task, and it started disintegrating. Basically, layers just started peeling away as I was trying to modify it to put in the electronics. So it was a case of either putting the electronics, destroy the gun, or save the gun and build an awesome prop, which is what I went for in the end. So again, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, may the force be with you.